You are listening to the podcast To Be Single or Not to Be by Shanna Montana. A podcast where we talk about the single life, dating, and relationships so you can make a decision at the end of each episode and decide to be single or not to be. That is the final question.
Today's topic is, we are here for the 100th episode. Season 4. Yeah, I believe we on season 4. I started this shit back in 2019. Wow. It is 2022, and I have some of my most awesome guests here with me to bring in episode 100. Everybody present here today has been on the show before, and they left such an impression. And I said, why not have those guys back? You know. So that said, before we dive in, I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourself, and then I'll tell the listeners what they up for and the watchers what they up for, because this is the first visual episode.
Woo! Thank you.
Y'all get to see the faces. Everybody pose. And see the face of Alicia's face. Please don't.
No, we already started.
Please don't. So we are gonna go from my right to left, and I want you to just tell the listeners who you are. So Kari, you go first.
Hi, I am Kari with the Conversing with Kerosene podcast. Ooh, my voice just went out.
Yeah, get the.
But anyway,
look,
I'm happy to be here.
we're glad to have you. Up next, Bulli, tell the people who you are.
This is Bulli Carter. Some know me as Bullisha, and I'm here now.
Yeah, Bullisha.
Bullisha.
Yes, the Bulli experience.
The Bulli experience. I'm here now.
Next, we have the letter U.
It's your boy, Beat You.
Beat you. Like a beat.
The letter U.
And last but not least, we have DeAndre. Tell the people who you are.
Hello, everybody. My name is D. Smith. I'm here to have a good time.
Yeah, here for a good time, not a long time.
You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm here for a long time.
I'm actually here for both, but we're gonna see what I'll have.
See how this moves around.
Let's talk
So,
about the merch.
you know what? Yeah. Y'all
Baby,
see it?
hey, and I'm single.
Look, let's talk about it.
FYI.
Single or not to be.
Not to
If you like it, what you see.
You
Looking
like you just trying to keep it equal.
What was that?
Baby, she hungry.
Some type of eat real hungry.
You can see us.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, people.
Yeah, y'all can. We so used to just not have visual.
True.
We got visual now.
Check this your 100th episode.
Woo! Shout out to me. Y'all believe that? Take the shot.
I don't believe that, but I believe in you.
Yes, thank
I
you.
really know that only 3 Disney shows, sitcoms in history, have made it past 2 seasons.
Are you
And
serious?
you on the 4th season.
Oh my God.
You think
Let's take a shot.
Disney been Disney. Let's go to Disney.
Let's go to Disney.
I can't reach it.
So I got
You know, big thing, you can't reach it.
My pants too tight. I get to can't get.
I'm gonna take a sip.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my drink.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? She can put it. What you?
I thought we was taking shots.
Kari, pour me a
I
shot.
put some into my drink.
No, ma'am, we doing shots. Ain't no.
But
She-
I can't hold 2
Which
things.
one you want?
The Terramont.
Yeah, put one down.
The tequila. We ain't giving out free
I
publicity.
got it.
I put the It's a lot. Y'all can see. They can see us, but if you're listening, it's a lot going on.
I keep forgetting they can see us.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I was just saying. When I started dancing, I thought, you know what?
Y'all gonna lose.
I forgot. I'm
Making a mess. It's okay.
visual.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
For the
Kari,
100th
where you going?
For
episode.
the 100th
She is the
episode.
100th episode.
You went century on
My arm's short.
Clank, clank.
Century episode.
Ain't the century?
It's a century.
All right, so y'all know how we do it. We have a topic normally. We go into it. We talk about it. But today, we doing something a little different.
Where we going? What we doing?
We are having the great debate.
Okay.
Men versus
The time
women.
for change is always now.
didn't put that in your little email. You didn't put that in your little
I
email.
apologize. You know what's the element of surprise?
Okay.
So men, you know what?
He shot the boots. I got her shot now, baby.
Damn, I was not prepared for that.
None of that. So we are doing the men versus women, the great debate. It's so many things y'all see on social media, in society, in relationships, where everybody has something to say. And some people think the men win, some people think the women win. So I figured, why not bring it to the To Be Single or Not To Be podcast, 100 episode, with some awesome guests to have a very candid, open, and real conversation around a lot of topics that y'all are talking about, to put it to bed once and for all. What we say is the end all be all. So,
And period. And goodbye.
yeah, well, we put the period is where it stops. So we better get to it. Y'all ready?
Let's roll. Put the horn on that. Come on,
Let's
Kari.
I literally just watched the episode. She said, put the horn on that's what support looks like. R.I.P. to Greg Leaks.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all know R.I.P. Oh my God.
I ain't people be lying.
They
And
do.
baby, they get out of here. People they ain't never died before.
Crazy. Like, wow, you really didn't make it this time. It's fucked up.
Like for real, bro.
Not people that never died before.
I'm not gonna do this today.
But we got up and got
All
this
right,
stuff out
so
of
we
here.
get to it. So, for the visual, the watchers, and the listeners, just so y'all know, we're gonna have a debate. We're gonna let both sides of the table have something to say about it. Whoever loses the conversation, because we're gonna be honest about who won and who lost. Whoever loses, you have to take a shot. So you might want to go to YouTube. If you're listening right now, go to YouTube and watch this. We make it a lot more fun. So let's get to it.
All right.
Who is the reason why we don't have as many healthy relationships as we should? Is it men or women?
I'll go ahead and say men.
Yeah, jump right in.
100.
Okay, Alex. R.I.P. Did you die too?
Yeah.
Damn.
Now, this ain't gonna be about death. Let's go.
Who did? Yeah.
Nobody.
He did die.
But God is alive.
Yeah, let's keep going. All right, so tell us more, Karen.
Yes, I will go ahead and say men. And the reason why I say men is because, one, women live longer. Which already lets us know, since we're on the subject of death, that men are the problem. But two, because in most situations, the woman is willing to do the work, she's willing to go to counseling, she's willing to do what she needs to do to make situations work. Whereas more often than not, we see where men are happy to bounce out and move right on along.
Yeah,
And
move
so,
around.
you know, not all cases, obviously, but I think in more cases than not, it's the man. And one thing, since we're on a podcast where it makes it even more evident, is these toxic male podcasts going on.
Who?
That's
Snatch
really-
the mic.
Really
Snatch
shining
the mic.
a light on the fact that in a lot of situations, men are the problem. Now, women can be too, to be fair, but more often than not, to answer
If
your
you're gonna
question.
support a side, support a
So
side.
she stands on.
I'm
So we gonna
second.
go. You going second?
No, second.
Okay, so go. What y'all got to say? Y'all think women?
I think that if you're saying that, basically, I feel like what I'm hearing is you're saying that women run the relationship because they have all of the answers.
That's absolutely not what I'm saying at all.
That's what it sounds
Like on
This is
Slick.
not men are the
No,
problem.
no. On Slick, that is what you're saying, because it's basically like men. Okay, so what did the woman do to perpetuate the relationship, to make them move forward?
But no, a different angle.
Nothing.
If in the event that the woman runs the relationship, if that man doesn't know something, you stop him in his tracks
Exactly,
and you teach him how
because
to
everybody knows women are very
Well, why we
emotional.
gotta
They're
teach
emotional
that?
creatures.
Whoa.
Because you change, women change from day to day, and I don't even date women like that, but I've been around enough women to know they change from day to day. So nobody can ever be really sure what you want. You can't even tell what you want to eat that night.
Yeah, that's fair. But what
I can't give you what you want unless you know what you want.
Let me
And they gonna never know what they want.
So let Bully have a say.
Yeah.
I feel like my man over there looking at me like Michael Myers.
Hey!
Before Bully starts, is that I'm not saying that women control the relationship. What I was saying was that women are more likely to try to correct when a relationship is going bad.
I think it depends on the
why I
relationship.
said, you know,
So she's
therapy
saying more
and
likely
things of
to
that
be.
nature.
Okay.
Not that they're running the relationship. Normally, a man is controlling where a relationship goes.
They control the temperature, but Bully, go ahead. Let's see what you got to say.
Yes.
I would like to say that to be completely accurate, it depends on the relationship. I do agree with that because there are some toxic men, there's some toxic men, but as I am who I am, I'm gonna bring it back to the beginning.
Okay.
Adam and Eve.
All right.
Okay.
You better pray.
And so it ain't about preaching, it's about whose fault it is.
Okay.
What fault
And
is
there,
it?
and there Adam was with God the whole time by himself. They already had an establishment.
Yeah.
They already had a situation.
You already know.
They made the promise to each other not to do that, not to go to the tree of knowledge, all that stuff. But God loved him so much that he gave him a gift.
Yeah.
And he the one went against the gift. He wanted to put the gift above God.
Yeah.
Because realize when Eve ate from the tree,
Yeah.
they still didn't think they was naked. Did not go wrong. When did it go wrong? When did it go wrong? When he ate
From the tree. Yeah.
because he the one that made the deal. So they been disloyal since the beginning.
But where the
And that's why. And that's why.
Let her finish.
And that's why, like the sin was not between love and fornication, all that. The sin was putting the gift above God because we didn't make that deal.
But where did
We
the
were sent as a
influence?
gift.
Where did the influence come
There you
from?
go.
The influence came from the weakness of a man because how do
The
you
weakness
spend?
of a man?
How do you spend a whole year or 7 days, depending on the time, with somebody you that's all you know, and then the moment something new come on, you go with the new shit.
Because it's
How
new.
you go with the new shit?
It's new.
You went with God. You was with God the whole time, and then you
Sure.
went with the new shit.
Absolutely.
Everybody goes with the
We
new.
didn't make the
Okay.
deal.
Are you still on the
We didn't make the deal.
Were you there?
We did not
Were
make
you
the
there?
deal.
Don't do that.
What was Eve? What's
I read the
said?
word.
Okay.
I read the word.
Eve might have been on the side talking about Adam, I'm
Nothing.
getting some pussy.
God
I'ma
didn't
get
say
some pussy.
until Adam did your body say, why are you hiding? Because of fear and the weakness of the male right there. Because he was the one that was disloyal.
Eve
No,
might have been whispering at Adam.
So we gotta
It
find a
was
way.
just kicking it.
So we have to find a way to bring this around. So y'all say what on this side?
It's the man's fault, and it's been the man's fault since the beginning.
And what y'all
Girl.
Oh, girl.
Girl,
That's what you gonna pull.
I'm gonna pull it. I'm pulling my
She
spades
done pulled it
early.
on.
I'm
She done-
pulling
she
my
done smacked her
spades
tongue
early. I got a handful of spades. Let's
But
do
hear
it.
me and hear me
Let's
well.
set it up.
We were not there. And we don't know what Eve whispered in Adam's ear.
I know what I read.
We don't know if Eve said, "Oh, Adam, I'm gonna give you some pussy. I'm gonna lick your balls."
She
We
didn't
don't know
say
what
that.
Eve said to make Adam eat.
But are you saying he was? You saying he's too weak to the flesh? That
No.
he couldn't go with what he already knew? Okay, then.
That may have been
So
the case.
the weakness
However-
of a male is
however,
what suppresses a relationship.
with the influence of the
Because
female.
when Adam did
With,
what he
with the
did,
influence, because
now
of
they
the woman.
done lost the
No,
water, now they done lost the house.
What do women have to say? Pussy got power. So with the weakness,
We are
with the power of the female,
We are the most
with the power of the female,
We
what
are
does the male
powerful.
do?
Let's
If
go.
that's what you're saying,
Crumble.
He didn't know we had pussy yet though, cause
Crumble.
you ain't know. You ain't know.
he didn't know yet.
He didn't know what it was
He was
like.
still blind.
Yes,
You're a
we're
damn
powerful, but we didn't make the
So
deal.
he was a damn virgin.
But hear me out.
He
though.
was. He
All right.
was.
Okay,
He was
okay,
a virgin.
but okay, so
was
hear
a
me
virgin.
out.
With the one, that's why he wanted it.
So listen,
He was a
so
virgin.
listen. If the point,
And as we wrap it up. Okay.
if the point of relationship is for us to be one, whatever vision God gave me, you need to support.
Facts.
So.
But he just put his foot down.
But hear me, he shouldn't have to.
He should have had to, because she was that was her third
but,
day out.
But hear me out, though.
She was
right?
new to this.
I've only been here for 3 days.
So sure. So if I grab you by your hand or your shoulder and I say, baby, listen to me, let me lead it. God has given me this vision. Is it not up to you to jump on the train too?
But he didn't. So why did he put his foot down when she said, "I ate the apple"?
Why did
he give her the lead?
Why should he have had to?
Why didn't he? If he's the leader,
Why should
if somebody's coming from your throne, you stop them.
But hear me out. At that point, she had already done it.
Cause he weak.
No. It's
Hold on. We gotta put a X, Y. Who won?
Clap it.
So who won this round? What y'all say?
I think you have to pick.
You have to pick.
It's a tie. Nobody.
No, boo.
I can't.
It's a tie, but y'all gonna take a shot just for fun.
For fun. Y'all gotta take a
I'll
shot.
take a shot with everyone.
No,
I would say
solidarity.
I'm not gonna. Let's be clear. I'm not gonna choose the women just because I'm a woman, but I do think the women won that round. Like the defense was a little stronger in the court of law.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be fair the whole way through. I promise you. So y'all take y'all shot.
Come on, let's take it.
Let's do it, baby. So the next one is a very interesting one.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers to
So up next, and because the men lost, y'all get to go first. Y'all going first.
Okay.
So it says, who should pay the majority of the bills in the household? The man or the woman?
We talked about this on the last videos, right?
So let's dive into it again.
So
Once and for all.
relationships are 50-50. Relationships are 100-100.
Yes,
So when I show up, I'm going to give my 100%. And when you show up, you give your 100%.
Yes.
Right.
Whatever that looks like. Financially, we may not be on the same level. But if I'm putting 100% of whatever I got in it, that's what it is.
Exactly, because I think me personally, I think the person that makes the most money should take on the most burden.
The largest bills?
Yes.
Okay.
But at the same time, you have to realize that I may be fulfilling you a different way. Because just because I'm not there financially doesn't mean I'm not feeding you emotionally. That doesn't mean I'm not feeding you like mentally.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm not feeding you spiritually. Because all of that ties into a relationship. So I think at the same time it will still balance out.
But I think specifically we're talking about finances.
So you stick to finances.
If we stick to finances, the person that's making the most money.
No, fuck that.
Okay.
So,
Let me tell you something.
You can say that.
if you only make $20,000 a year, I'm not expecting. The expectation isn't that you pay $1 million.
No, but my expectation is you feed me emotionally, physically.
But stick with finances.
You bring everything that you have to the table financially.
Yeah.
And then we divvy it out to where it needs to go.
But if the girl only making $20K a year, and
Why you
I'm not arguing.
Baby.
Yeah, baby, she's self-scared at Walmart.
You are
Back to this ball.
You are
dating an 18-year-old?
Yes,
Self-scared at Walmart. What
in real life, think about real life.
In real life, okay.
You're not dating anybody that makes 20K.
I'm definitely not.
Right.
Well,
When have I ever made 20K?
Yeah, is that a real number?
In college.
Right. Okay. That's a high school ass
wait,
number.
gas being $5.
So right now, you say definitely not like, it goes 100.
100. Everybody puts what they
let's
got.
be to the ladies. What do y'all say? Men or women pay the bills?
I don't believe in gender roles.
Okay.
Of course, that doesn't apply to homosexual relationships, which is. Well, I still feel like sometimes it does, because I feel like everybody still plays a role. I feel like people still play a role, but I believe that yes, you should. I believe in the 100-100 rule, 100%. That's why I said agree. When he said that, like that's 100%.
Yeah.
You don't bring 50 and 50. You don't bring half of yourself to a relationship. You come all the way.
Yeah.
All the way. But I culminate his opinion too with that, like, no, a man is a man, and he is a provider, as well as a woman should be, if it's the right man, a woman should be submissive, a woman should be a supporter, and be the backbone of the relationship. So no, should a man have to give the financial weight if the woman is not being a woman? No. But if all things are correct gender-wise, the man should be the financial party. If who the person he's dealing with is supporting in that way. Like, you can still make your own money, because I can still make my own money. I'm still make my own money. Like, and if she go awry, I can cover.
You'll
it.
still be okay.
I can support it, like especially if we're talking about love.
Yeah.
Like if something goes awry, I can cover it and save it. But as far as what the norm is, until something goes awry,
Okay.
it's gonna be the man for
So
me.
are you thinking about the norm because of what society has made you think of the norm? The man is the provider. The man
It's
is
not
this.
about society. The fact of the matter is, women can do more than men can. Literally,
And I
just by
agree with
giving
that.
birth.
I agree with that.
So,
100%.
like, because of that, like an order has been set, and I believe in order.
But hear me
I
out.
believe in order.
I think
With
that it
No.
depends on who is making the most money realistically, because more often than not, things end up going into one pot once you're together.
Yes.
so,
And so
as long as there's
whether
enough money in the pot.
Yes,
It's
but
not. That's not
But
smart to
whether you're thinking of it as, you know, hey, I'm going to pursue somebody who makes more than me, because I too believe mostly in gender roles. I think some things are gender fluid, but more often than not, based on how I was raised, I look at gender roles, right? But my dad always made significantly more than my mom. So even though things were in one pot, we knew it was his money.
But
I don't believe in one pot. I don't believe in one pot.
But see, the way that I look at it differently, because in my household, my mom made more than my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. I think it's whoever makes more.
Right.
They
Because
should contribute.
that's really
But
not,
that's why
that's
they-
not how it's gonna end up.
But that's why you
Because
said
if
the
they're making
relationship is a relationship, because I'm not like
So that gender role shit is out the window.
No, but
Because
I'm
at the end
not.
of the
Yes,
day-
it depends on. I believe in one pot.
That's
what
what I said.
But hear me out
We're all
though.
talking about.
Hear me
one
out.
pot.
If we live in the same household, that pot is the pot.
No,
Like-
no, I don't believe in that.
Why?
Things
Because it's not smart. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. Somebody needs to have something separate just in case something goes awry.
Well, girl, we ain't talking about Easter, girl. We know all of that.
No,
We know
no, let me ask this.
Well, we said
Let
one
me
pot.
ask this.
Okay.
So we have to just make it very plain when it comes to the household. Like, you have your feelings, how you feel about that. Who needs to pay majority of the bills? I don't care why.
Everybody.
Man.
The one that is making the
That's what
most
you said,
coin.
man.
Everybody.
I say most money, but I'm only dating men who make more than me.
There you go.
There we go.
You said one.
And that's what I'm saying. The most money. I mean, girl, if the girl,
What is a man if not a provider?
but
We can do everything else.
But we're talking about financially. A man could be supporting you way.
You should be married.
Because I'm gonna tell you what,
Marriage is a
because
big
a lot of
deal. Marriage
and
is a big
baby,
deal.
and this is trying to be a turning point. A lot of women are broken. So a man can support you in more ways than you even know.
A lot of
You don't
people.
need
If
that.
you're dealing with a broken woman,
A lot of
but
people
if you're
are
not dealing with a broke woman,
If you're not dealing with a broke woman.
if you're dealing with an alpha woman, you gotta be an alpha male.
So friend, if you and your man are on equal playing field, he should support you.
Equal
I'm
enough.
gonna give you that.
Equal enough.
Equal. But what's your enough?
If y'all are,
I can take care of myself, but you still can take care
You
of
just want somebody to take
So
care of
because
you.
you're not
You
gonna
want
be
that
a
security.
stay-at-home dad. You're not gonna
Okay.
be able to breastfeed. You're not gonna be doing this. Like, but
You're talking about security. You want somebody, y'all on an equal playing field. You want
like
somebody
a woman can do more, so a man can still work.
The only thing a man can't do that a woman can't do when it comes to a child, baby, is breastfeed. So let's be real.
And birth.
And birth. And actual
So
birth.
once you've done that, baby, it's women that give birth that don't even want to talk to
And
their
that's
child.
true. That's why I agree with your point where you said it depends on the relationship.
Yes.
But in a healthy,
Okay. What's your idea of healthy?
But that's
What's your idea of healthy?
That's a sign
What's
of
your
norm.
idea of healthy? It's a societal norm. That's what I'm saying.
it's not a societal
Yes.
norm.
A lot of women are out earning men right now.
There you go.
So
Exactly.
that's where there's a little
Lord,
bit.
I'd rather get my credit card to the man to pay. No, because a woman
But-
needs to be a woman.
because of-
But if you love that man, and you're the breadwinner,
Then
you
if
would have an
if I
issue.
love that man, I'ma be a woman. I'ma make sure he feel like the man.
No.
If I love that man, I'ma make
If
sure he feel like
you
a
love
man.
that, no, because I'm telling you this, if you love, you're the breadwinner, right? So that means 9 times out of 10,
Hell no.
you
No,
working
but
out.
No.
9 times out of 10, you working outside the
I
household.
can take care
You're
of
the
myself,
breadwinner.
but I'm not
But
the
if-
breadwinner. I'm a
no.
girl.
If that man is at home, gender roles that we were just talking about, they have switched. If that man is at home taking care of your kids, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the house and all of that, what is the issue at that point?
it ain't gonna be my issue.
You see what I'm talking about? Because women,
That's selfish.
that's women don't do that.
Why is that selfish?
I don't say
Because society has made it believe that the man should take care of the house. It's not that no more.
I feel like we can't necessarily. I feel like back then when women couldn't have things in their name, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. You know, then they didn't have no choice but to put up with certain things from them because the man had to be the provider. I still believe that the man should be a provider.
Should.
But, and that's the key word, should.
Why can't
But
everybody provide?
what I believe now is since a lot of women are out earning men, I'm not saying that you need to have a dude who driving your car around, dropping you off at work while he go, you know, flounder around. And then, you know, and he driving your car like it ain't got no tags on it. And then he comes back and he picks you up and then he said, oh, baby, thank you. While you're paying for everything, that's messed up. However, if you have the majority of the income because you're making significantly more than him, regardless of how it might look, even if he's putting his name on the mortgage, on all the bills, blah, 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 you're overcompensating in other ways, whether it be groceries, whether it be the vacation, blah, 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 because you make more money. And so you're going to end up spending more money regardless of who we're saying is paying what.
If we're one, we're spending the money. It ain't no you spend it ain't no me spending.
I agree.
Like we are spending.
We are spending the joint account.
Girl, your joint account.
You don't want to be in a relationship.
No, I don't know if we have an agreement. We gotta carry on. We feel like the most money. I think DeAndre feel like whoever make the most money.
Me and Kari on the same side on this
feel like the man. So everybody just cheers with y'all.
We're on the same one on this one, friend.
Yeah, let's cheers.
Like friend, we're on the same one with this.
All right, so I'll ask this: who cheats more, men or women?
Women.
I think men cheat more.
You gotta take a shot. You just lost that one.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a chance to defend myself.
Explain it, but you still lost. But
Yeah.
I mean, I lost in the.
But go ahead. Why do you think women? Why do you think men?
I think men cheat more because I think
God do want to hear these
men
explanations.
have more options, quite frankly.
They do.
That's
And
true.
I think
That is true.
Not only do men have more options, but I think that now if you would have asked who cheats better,
That was next.
Yeah.
I would have said women.
Yes.
Because I think women cheat better.
And I think they
When
cheat
they
more.
cheat.
Folks, so you say
But-
men have more options?
But I think that men cheat more because men have more options, and it's.
Men may try.
I feel like it is more innate in their nature to want to spread.
Women want it all.
Women do want it all. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done with it. I'm gonna tell you this. Me being I'm sexual for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I get more propositions from women and they know what I do than I do from men. They want to tell me, there you go. So that's what I'm saying. It's not easier for men. And it's not easier for women.
Yeah.
Women are very smart when they cheat.
A man is gonna shoot a shot
What did you
every
say?
time.
Do you think women cheat better?
Yes, 100%. Women
Let me
cheat
ask
better.
you this.
Women ain't gonna get caught normally.
So that's on the women cheat better, which I said women cheat better. So
Yes.
we agree there. But I feel like men cheat more, and so the reason why I'm gonna
You don't
bring
hear
this
about it.
up
When
is
men
not
try.
even on some like. To me, if you're trying, you cheat
Right.
already.
Right. If you try,
So what's cheating?
Okay.
So
we're not gonna do that.
let
If
me
you try,
say
you
this.
cheat. We're
You
not gonna
are.
do it. Yeah.
Okay.
But with that being the case, if you will, when it comes to situations where women need to hop into something or men need to hop into something, even looking at same-sex couples, since we were just talking about that a little bit, when you look at a lesbian relationship, more often than not, it starts off really fast. They moved in
Oh,
together.
yeah.
They are
Oh,
already
baby,
committed,
dykes.
blah,
And
blah.
no offense to nobody that I say dyke.
Where
I mean, they gets into it, baby. They go together.
And they do, and they're very, committed and stuff very quickly. Whereas a lot of times when you look at male relationships, they're still a lot more free with each other and kind of bouncing around before they decide.
They definitely not trying to immediately commit to nobody.
Right. And so once they do, even looking at that, more often than not in same-sex couple relationships, the men cheat more, I think.
So at the end of the day,
So at the day's end, we gotta do a
at the day's end, not the whole time.
So at the day's end, not the red roof end, but the day's end.
Days in, baby.
Not the holiday end, but the day's end.
And I'm baby, I'm frequently one of them.
So tell us, at the day's end, what?
Relationships are relationships. At the end of the day, a woman is cunning.
Yeah.
Cunnilinguist.
Yeah.
You know what?
I think men cheat more, and I'll take my shot.
I think so.
And Kari, I would take a fucking shot.
Men may cheat more, but women are more successful.
But
I say women better.
I say both.
But men
Both.
I say both.
Women are sneaky.
Both
with
of
it.
y'all ain't shit.
I say women cheat both more and better because at the same
Women
time,
definitely
yes,
cheat.
I
Women
feel-
are
now,
smarter
now,
with
if you
it.
say now, if you say try, if you go just based off of trying is cheating, okay, men try more.
Sure.
But because women are the power, there's more women who will reject a man who is cheating than a man will reject a woman that is cheating.
This is very true.
So, like, if a woman says, I'm trying to cheat, yeah, I got a man, but I'm a cheat, a man gonna go for it every single time.
But
a
men
woman
cheat more.
no, but
No.
the woman is cheating
No.
with him.
This is
A
talking
woman
back
will
about
go
what we
with
said
it.
earlier.
A woman will go with it.
This is talking back to what she said earlier. Women have the power. Women, that pussy has power. I watch enough Fatal Attraction to motherfucking know. A man will do anything a woman asks him to do if she's fucking him.
That pussy got power. On that note, we'll be right back with part 2 in a second.
All right.
So, I hope that you are enjoying our first ever visual episode of the podcast. Can you guys believe it? 100 episodes. We are now in a visual mode. And the great thing is that we are on YouTube to stay. So, I need for you guys to do a few things for me. Number 1, make sure that you like this video. Number 2, make sure that you subscribe so you can get notifications and alerts because we are going to be right here on the Shannon Montana YouTube channel every Monday, just like we are on the podcast. And the last thing, make sure that you are following me on Instagram and Facebook at To Be Single or Not To Be and Shannon Montana because you guys know this is the home of happy and healthy relationships. And with every podcast episode, our goal is to elevate and educate to make sure you all conquer your relationships in the healthiest way possible, one episode at a time. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the first half of this episode and part 2 is even better. So stay tuned. And we're back. So I'm gonna get right to it. We not here to play no games, man. So when it comes to you'll never see the big picture.
Big Sean.
Yeah. So when it comes to polyamorous relationships, more than one partner for the listener that may not know, if that right should be given to just one sex, which should it be? Men or women?
Women.
Women.
We are unanimous.
But to go about what we talked about earlier, when Kari was like, women do all this, women do all that, I think women more so, they like one thing. When they hone in on it, they like it and they stick to it.
Yeah.
Sexually, women need more than men.
You think so?
So I think when it could
No, sexually, I definitely think men need more than women.
disagree.
Disagree. We're on the same team.
Okay, and that's fine. If y'all can see, we switched it up.
But it's still women against men.
So women want that. Women should have that right. Why should women have that right?
Because they can only get pregnant so much, so they can
I
naturally.
get pregnant.
No, I'm saying they can naturally slow down more than men can. Like men can get past their flesh and go too crazy. Well, women was gonna have a natural scientific style.
For women, it's emotional. For men, it's physical.
Yeah.
And so I think that it for women to reach where they need to go, I feel like it's way more emotional than physical.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so I think if women had the choice to be like, touch here, say this, move there,
Talk to me now.
you're right, I think it'll be a better situation for everybody.
Yeah.
I think that it should be women because I think that women would be better at picking partners who would be able to all get along.
For them.
Yes.
Whereas
For
a
them.
man will
Men get along better. Men
get along better.
Men get along better with each other.
They do, but I think that men will look at it
When the
as
lights go
I
off
like
and
this
the
about
clothes
her.
come
I
off.
like this about her. I like this about her.
We're
We're not
better
gonna think about
coaches.
it.
We're better
cohesive.
coaches. We're
Women
better
are
coaches.
gonna think, well, let me bring her in because she'll be able to do this. She'll add this to the team. She'll add this to the team. She'll add this to the team.
Yeah.
Or he'll do this. He'll do that. They'll look at it more big picture and be able to have the multiples.
We'll be
which is
better
in a-
picking women and men. We'll
Right.
be better picking both.
Men been doing it.
in order for it to have that.
They've been doing it because
relationship.
they justified it in their mind, but they're not
No,
better at it.
it's not justified in their mind. I mean, everything that y'all just said. Everything. Women need this, women need that, women need this, women need that. Men are very simple.
Okay.
Men
That's
don't need
true.
all
That's
that.
why the woman
Shit
have a
so
choice.
simple, they do.
So at this point, everybody said, DeAndre, take your shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, because we agree.
That's why he's taking a shot.
They agree. I think men should do that.
Go ahead, take your shot.
I ain't gonna leave you by yourself, but I'm gonna be acting like a damn bitch.
You ain't acting like a damn
This
bitch.
is a very simple question I'm asking next, but it can go a long way.
Okay.
Who is more toxic, men or women?
Women.
Women.
A woman gonna argue you down.
Okay, go tell us y'all.
It don't
I feel
matter.
like argue equals toxic.
But it does. It does.
Yeah. In a relationship.
If you're in healthy communication, then that's not an argument.
So that's healthy
But
communication.
There's things
And
that
let's
are
bring that shit up.
toxic
There's healthy
that
communication.
happen outside of relationships.
There's healthy communication, and there's bringing that shit up until I'm tired.
There you go. Because if I've addressed it, we're done.
Okay, but we didn't say
But I think for
next
women that
about-
want to argue you down,
Yes.
you in a relationship with the wrong motherfucker.
Right.
Because
Who has
let's
that?
be clear, the person that wants to communicate properly, have clear communication, and talk things through on a very, direct, simple, whatever level you want to call it, that person is not arguing you down. Nobody want to deal with no argument in motherfuckers this big old age. So,
But they do, though.
no, if I gotta talk, communication is different.
Discussing
If
and
we
arguing
have,
is not
yeah,
the
if we have
same
something
thing
on the
at
table, we gotta talk about, and it may be a deep, whatever discussion looks like, is different versus arguing. So,
nine
if a
times out of
woman's
10.
arguing you down, that
I mean, he was
But
hard.
9 times out of 10, we're gonna discuss it until she's tired.
I feel like it's
that's
a
all we
hard.
gotta be okay with understanding. It might not be no resolve right there.
It's
Right.
a hard answer, but if I have to choose, because I believe in choosing sides, I'm gonna say men are more toxic.
Okay.
Men are more toxic because they don't come in with the materials to win.
Men like emotional
They
intelligence.
like, yes. And so they don't come in with the material. I'm not saying they can't learn it. I'm not saying they're not simple, like you said. All of that's true. But women, for the most part, because there are toxic women. There's always an exception of the rule.
Yeah.
But women come in as team players. Like, I want the team.
I don't believe that.
I don't
That we
believe
live
it.
DeAndre said he does not believe women come in as team players.
I don't believe that. Women are
in general.
Tell me more.
Women are very calculated.
There you go.
We are strategic, but earlier you said that we're the most emotional, but we are the most strategic,
Yeah.
and we are the most
You're
logical.
very
Meaning we're
emotional.
not emotional.
Logical
You can't
or
be logical and strategic and emotional mostly.
Why not?
Mostly, not mostly.
Why not?
That's a large majority.
No, exactly. You can't be all of that.
But
Mostly.
at the end of the day,
We are more
at the-
strategic
at
and
the
we
end of
are
the
more
day-
logical because we can. That's why we can go back after cheating. That's why we can go back after mistakes because we think of the bigger picture.
So you don't
We're
think
more
men do the same?
strategic.
You don't think men go?
No, y'all can't see. Y'all don't play chess.
So how does affairs happen? How do affairs happen? If men don't go back and it's not the same thing,
because y'all are
because
weak.
they're getting something that they're
Y'all
not
are
getting from
weak.
home. The men cheat.
Because y'all are more about the temporary.
But the woman is.
But y'all are more about the temporary than the long game.
The
Y'all don't
woman
have
is-
the
No,
long
no.
game. Y'all don't have the long game.
Men always
woman is weak too. The woman is weak too because the
You
woman.
won't know about it.
But then you will.
You
won't
will
know
know
about
about
it.
You
The woman-
will.
The woman
You won't know
will.
about
The
it.
woman.
We use our emotions to manipulate.
Girl,
But the
no, the
woman-
hell you don't.
Hear me. The woman will allow the man to continue to show up subpar. and she continues to show up 100%.
That's true.
Now
That's true.
There you go.
That's true.
There you go.
That's true.
There you go.
But that's
a sign of
strategic.
weakness.
That's not strategic.
It's
Yes,
a
no,
weakness
so, but hear me.
because
That's
she
a
knows
sign of
that
weakness.
Hear me, though.
Sometimes
The
it is.
strategy is
Sometimes
wrong.
it is weakness.
she knows
Sometimes
that
it
that's
is
gonna
weakness.
be short term.
Sometimes that is.
She don't know that though.
Right.
Because
But
and
that's
she
when it
know.
goes too long.
No, and she just said the woman plays a long-term game. So what you just said is negated. She said the woman plays a long-term game.
Which
So-
is why she can show up short term
But the long
with
term.
more than he has because she knows in the long run
She
she'll
don't
be
know
all
that
right.
though because she's
No,
hoping
I
for more.
would agree with him. It's
That
weak.
it's gonna
It's
be all
weak
right.
when it's that.
So hold on,
situation. It is weak when
Let's
it's
create a
that
line of
situation.
separation. Hold on,
It is
guys.
a weak when
So
it's
on
that
this side,
situation.
what are you saying, Bully?
I'm saying, well, it is weak in that situation. If you're not, like, if you've already calculated the risk versus the reward and the reward is greater, then it's not, then it is calculated. But for the most part, we do see a lot of women who do that, and that is weak. I agree.
And
But
so when that
in
happens,
general,
when that happens, that perpetuates the stigma that the woman is weak. So,
but I'm still saying the woman can compensate because here's the thing. Men, for example, when they break, if they get their broken heart, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that never happens again. Whereas a woman can keep on running into a glass
That's not
wall.
true.
A woman can keep on running into a glass wall. over and
That's
over
not true.
We
Because
have
why do
more
you have a bitter
stamina.
woman? If
We have
what
more
you're saying is
stamina.
true, why do you people peg people as bitter women? If that's true, what you're saying.
But they still going to do it.
now there's a
They still going to do it.
there's
There's a bitter man, too.
That's just like
Hold on, so hang on. Hang on, what you think, Kari?
They still going to do it.
What I think is that more often than not, there's like a combination thing going on, right?
Yeah.
I think more often than not, a woman will take a L on the short term, knowing that in the long run, she's gonna win.
Okay.
And so I think women are more able, because like we just said with the polyamorous question, more women can see the big picture, right? And so women more than often than not are going to be able to lose a battle to know that they're going to win the war, whereas a lot of men tend to be short-sighted.
Historically
But-
speaking.
but
And
here
so
we go.
they're not, wait, let me finish.
All right.
Historically.
So they're going to say, you know what? I don't really give a damn about the big picture. Right now, I need to feel like I'm winning. I need to feel
Now.
like this, and this is happening. And if it's not, then I'm going to go elsewhere to get whatever needs met in the short term. But I might know ultimately I want to end up with her. And so I'm going to stay with her. I'm going to rock with her. But I may or may not
I think
disrespect her.
women
in the
do
short
that more
term.
than men, because I think
I
historically,
don't think so.
typically a woman wants the wedding. A woman wants to be able to sit with her
But all
friends
that
and be
still
like,
is long term.
and be like, bitch, my husband is. My husband is.
Like men don't say my wife this,
So
my
sure,
wife
yeah,
that.
so
But
sure.
even
But hear
with
me out.
that-
More often than not, this nigga is telling her a dream, and she's eating it up.
She
But
got
if
me.
he is selling her a
What is
dream,
she-
what is the dream for? The long term. So
But
he's giving
how
a dream
often-
for
It matches her goals
But
and
how-
she still gets what she wants.
How
That's a
often-
game player.
How
If she's still
often-
getting what she wants, that's a game player.
How often does she get that though?
She don't
More
get it.
often than not, because the thing is,
Wait,
you
what was
you
the
look at
original
like,
question?
oh,
What was the
you
original
look at-
question?
Go ahead.
What was the original question?
The girls got dropped now, baby.
Oh, who is more toxic, man?
Oh,
men. Cause y'all just went through that. Because y'all won't lie.
No, women are more toxic. Women are more
Even
toxic.
in this moment right now.
When y'all
Even in this moment.
Thank you.
Even in this moment.
Yes, yes,
Even in this
yes.
You
moment.
roll the footage back,
Okay.
then you don't see them at
You
the
said
end.
you were
All
right.
right, hold up.
Women
Hold up. Hold up.
women will be the one that will come to my grandmama house with a bike by grandma.
Listen up. We about to do one
You said
last
you were
round table to give y'all last thoughts and moving on. So
Even-
DeAndre, we start with you. We start with you.
Start with Houston.
Even in this moment, the women jump sides.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
When they roll that tape back,
It's my turn. Wait till it's my
So
turn.
we can roll the tape, right? So
Roll it.
The toxicity lives in you being as emotional as you can be every chance you get. Yeah.
What? Is it my turn?
It's your turn. It's your turn.
Because
just roll the tape. Let's use the same evidence that you're using. You said that y'all will lie to be in a position y'all don't even want to be in. If we're going to lie, we're going to lie to be in a position that we want to be in. So that's toxic. Y'all are more toxic because y'all are self-sabotagers. Y'all will sabotage yourself instead of winning the whole fucking war. So no, we're more.
I think you're talking about the black race and not black men.
Okay.
But what you just said, what you just said was a woman is willing to sacrifice herself for the greater good.
For the greater good. That's not toxic. Y'all will sacrifice yourself to win nothing. Y'all said y'all would lie for y'all not to get what you want. That's what you just said. You would lie and you would do all of this self stuff to get y'all in a position that y'all don't even want to be in. That's toxic.
And you will do the same.
The person that would sabotage themselves
how many women pretend
is
to like
more
basketball,
toxic. The person that would sabotage themselves is more toxic.
So how many women pretend to like the stuff that they don't like? For
the bigger picture. I'm not saying
but
they
how
don't
often
do
do
it.
they get the
But the motivation was different. The motivation is different because you come into any situation depending on like figuring out how much you want. And a girl would get more of what she wants than a man would in your scenario.
In my scenario.
So a person that would self-sabotage and not get what they came to get is the more toxic person.
Yes.
But let's not play the role that
DeAndre, what do you say?
Let's not play the role that men are more toxic than women. Let's not do
Talk
that.
to it.
Let's not do that. Because as we discussed earlier, women are way more strategic. Yes, I get it.
Toxic.
That's
There you
toxic.
go. Because you took the time. No, the reason you're toxic is because you took the time to plot and plan exactly what you're going to do.
Because we're geniuses, we gotta be toxic.
You're a genius. That makes you turn into this stuff. Because if I'm a man and I'm dating you and I'm a fuck and it's gonna be done. You took the time.
Because y'all were willfully ignorant. Because you're willfully ignorant.
No, it's not being willfully ignorant, sweetheart.
And what you don't take
That's
into
not what it's
account, what you don't take into account is there's an action for every reaction.
Thank you.
So
Y'all started.
while you're building your case,
Y'all started.
I've already won a case. It ain't Cynthia Bailey.
Hold on. What a case. Hold on. Kari, what do you think? Cynthia Bailey, what a case. Go ahead.
I think in this very example, what we did was show that men are more toxic. And the reason is because when we're talking about simple things, who wants to work things out more? Who's looking at the bigger picture? Who's looking at long-term goals versus short-term goals? And everything that we've just discussed, more often than not, the man is doing things for his own interests versus the woman is doing things for.
So is the woman
right on that note?
Therefore, the man is more toxic.
Everybody got that end. Take y'all want to take shot.
I want to take shot. I want to quit.
No. So I got something. We're gonna go to another note. It's a serious question.
Okay.
It might be a little hard to answer.
Oh, here we go.
We got to.
Am I gonna
cry a little bit.
So no.
Because I didn't get my makeup done.
So I'm gonna ask this question because I've run into a couple people recently that just have. So if y'all didn't know this, allegedly, I'm put that in front of that. Someone told me that Music Soul Child, he had the verses recently, and he brought out his baby. He had the verses, and he brought out his child's mom, Mila. The one,
she looked amazing.
please don't add none of that. I don't care about none of that. You're gonna stay focused. So listen, he brought her out, but listen to what I'm saying.
What?
It's in the news. It said that they were married and y'all focus.
I don't pick.
They were married and they broke up because. But mine was so. Let's go back. Music Soul Child was married once before. His first child, his first wife, I don't think had any kids together. She was like he just couldn't show up for the marriage. The second marriage with Mila from 702, the brown skin chick lead singer. They broke up, and he said the reason allegedly that they broke up and he left the marriage was because they had a special needs child, and he was like, I just can't deal with it. So my thing is like,
I don't know if that's true.
So hold on, I went and researched. A lot of articles said the same thing, but allegedly, I ain't trying to be like Tasha K. Allegedly, that's what was going on.
Well, he would end up reform now.
He did a lot of things when he left, but now they're like Ben's part of friends came back, whatever. I don't hear that. So my thing is that made me think like it's crazy that somebody, you know, I was talking to someone last night about how Music Soul Child, he definitely has the means, the money, the whatever. Like if he had a special needs child, if that's the case, to have the help that he needed to navigate that.
Okay.
But we know that every day it's men that have kids that don't have no special needs. They normal. That they decide not to show up for the job. So my question is, why are men allowed to walk away from a child with literally no consequences from society pretty much, and a woman cannot? Because we know that when a dad is gone, they don't want to talk about it. But if I had a baby today and decided I didn't want to be a mother, I would be beat down from the whole community.
So I think this is like a bad societal norm. It's a bad. So you know how like typically when people say black people, they think food stamps and but because the percentage of white people are bigger in the United States, it's more of them. I think this is the same thing with this conversation.
I think
so. Like there are several women who walk away from their children. There are several women.
It's a such thing as deadbeat moms. I'm saying.
Right. And so I think that might even be more common than deadbeat dads.
It's definitely more common. It's not talked about because you wouldn't ask that question. If it was a whole bunch of moms around this table that you wouldn't change. You would not ask that question if it was a whole bunch of women sitting around that you knew but deadbeat moms.
But mind you, I think the difference is like I think in my experience I know more deadbeat dads than I do
because it's more publicized.
But I know it's more publicized personally.
Because
I know I speak the family.
If you buy a car, whatever kind of car you buy is the kind of car you're going to see on the road.
Right. You see that,
right? So if the conversation in America is that deadbeat dads exist, you're going to see more deadbeat dads, so you see that
because that's what you're looking for.
But it's also a worldly perspective. That's not true. That's a worldly perspective. That's not true based on something that Bully just said in our last conversation. Women can only produce so many kids, right? So just in simple terms, when you think about the fact that there's people like Nick Cannon, Future,
Nick Cannon take care of his kids,
but even if you're taking care of a lot of kids, what my point is this. For all those children that Future and Nick Cannon have produced, the mom is the custodial parent. She's there in the house, whereas even if they're financially taking care of them, even if they're doing visitations and all this stuff, they are going in and out of multiple residences for one person, where more often than not, whether you look at the statistics legally, if you look at the statistics financially, etc., the woman, more often than not, is the one who's stuck with their child because they're the one who had the child.
But does the woman have to be Kari? No, the woman does not have to be. Because how many women, because if a woman gives up her child,
because if she decides to put up the child for adoption, or if she decides
it doesn't have to be for adoption.
I got more
if any one of those women that Chris Brown,
however, that does not change the fact that more often than not,
DeAndre, what you say?
They're in and out.
If the
woman is the custodial parent in situations where, I'm not saying always, because there's a lot of deadbeat moms out here, like we already said, but more often than not, even when you don't have a quote-unquote deadbeat dad, when you have somebody like y'all just said, Nick Cannon does support his kids, Diddy does support his kids, Future may or may not, we don't really know, but the point is, in all of these situations, there's a mom who's the stable parent, and there's men who are in and out, and that's why
being a parent
music was able to just say, you know what, whatever.
Being a parent is a decision.
Well, more often than not, the woman decides to hold the responsibility of her.
No, the woman decides to hold it because that's what you see. There's a lot of men out here that will want their kids. There's a lot of men out here that will raise their kids.
There's a lot of women that won't let them.
Thank you. That won't let them. So there are men out here that will do exactly what you're saying, because you have to think about what you're talking about. The men, Chris Brown, did it, all those, they have the means to do that. But there's a lot of men working construction jobs, doing that day to day, and they love their kids, and they will do that. But you won't hear about that because everybody's going to think oh, the man that does that, he don't want his kids. I'm a single mom. Now, I'm not gonna let him see his child. I'm a single mom. That's what she's going to play.
That's fair, but what we're talking about is music. Who has the means? Who decided to go away?
So hold on, let's
Which
jump over
makes
here
it
to
different.
Bulli. So Bulli, what you got to say?
I think both perspectives from the parents is true. So I feel like I gotta go down to the generational trauma. And men who have mother issues are way worse.
Oh, girl, what about girls that have daddy issues?
Because there are girls that have daddy issues.
A lot of them.
Bad. But there's still half of them that are going to be completely fine because it's normal. Because it's a norm. Because it's a norm.
It's a norm. Your love don't change, and he lied. He will go. Your hair is gray. He'll go.
A man who has mother issues because of mother has left or whatever, the mother was the toxic parent, because they exist. It's not like they don't.
Yeah, they
like
exist.
the man that, or even the woman who deals with mother trauma is way worse, or like way statistically worse to like survive than a person that has daddy issues just because it's normalized. I'm not saying women can't be the one that leads.
Today, everybody's a parent by choice.
No, it's not even where we are today. That's always been. Because people have had two different families, one to take care of them at a time.
But
that's
at the
fine.
end of the day,
but I'm saying because both of the things you said, all three I have said, has been from a parent's perspective, and they're all true. Everything that you said is true. No, I'm saying everything you're saying is true. It is bad, and there are women who are toxic. There are women that leave and that are terrible parents, and by choice are terrible parents, and by choice are good parents. There are women who stop men from being around their parents. All of those things happen. All of those things is true. Yeah. But that means I have to go to the next level to see how to decide this debate.
So what's the next level?
Which is like people, men and women, are more able to survive an absent father than they are an absent mother.
Disagree.
I disagree.
Totally.
No.
Why do you think that? Why do you disagree?
Because at the end of the day, it's either I have someone in my life that guides me and leads me where I need to go, or I don't.
Okay, so why do you think that?
Unless the mother is absent by death, if it's like they're alive and absent, that does way worse trauma to a child than a man, because a man is normalized. And I'm not saying it because like men are bad or nothing like that. I'm just saying societal wise, absent men are normalized. That like, and that you can take it back to slavery. You can take it back to slavery. You can take it back to government. I'm not saying men are the enemy. I'm not saying men are the enemy. I'm just saying but I'm not saying the why. I'm saying it is. It is that men being absent is more normalized. So it's more easy. It's easier it's easier to be.
But that doesn't mean that
it doesn't. I'm not saying it doesn't exist that women are not absent. I've never said that. I'm saying that it's easier for men to be absent because regardless, a parent still tries their best to do. A parent still tries their best to do what's best for the child, even if that is being absent. Even if that means being absent. Even if that means being absent.
Hold on, let me jump in. So Bulli's made her point. You see what you got to say.
It's equally easy for each parent to be absent.
No. Because you can't even take maternity test. You can't even take maternity test to say. Like if that baby came out of your stomach, that's your baby. A man can deny a baby. A man can deny a baby.
And a woman can too. Wait. You know
how's a woman gonna deny?
DeAndre and Bulli, wait. Let me ask this question. Wait a minute. Why do y'all think it's not equally as easy for somebody to deny?
A woman cannot deny a baby.
Wait. After that,
I
had the baby. It came out my pussy. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
I had it. No, X that part out. It's clear I gotta have the baby.
No, but a man can deny the baby.
A woman?
No.
Okay, a woman.
So let me clarify.
It came at her.
Let me clarify. What I mean by deny is like, I'm not talking about the birth. I'm clear that a woman has a kid. So my thing is, once the baby come here, say, yeah, it's present. It don't matter who had it at this point. Say that's X'd out.
who's gonna be the parent?
My thing is, why y'all think it's easier for one parent to deny it? Like, fuck who
Because
had it.
men literally cannot nurture a baby the same a woman can.
Okay,
Breastfeeding.
so you say nurturing? You say nurturing?
Just look at a dog or any other animal. An animal cannot be without their mother, parent,
No.
or like the
That's
first
not
month.
And I'm gonna take it somewhere that you probably don't want it to go, but you have to clean it up.
Go ahead.
Because the same thing, I'm a same-sex couple. If I had a child out of wedlock or whatever, and I had someone, I would be able to nurture that child just like anybody else.
You still would bring a woman in.
No, I would not.
So do
Why? What would I need to? I don't have a need
That's
to.
not here if there's not a woman.
No, we're not talking about that.
But the woman's
You
not
passed that
involved.
birth
She's
mark.
talking about
I'm
nurturing and
beyond
raising a
birth. She's
child.
on nurture. I'm beyond birth.
No, what would be the need? The same way I can use, same way you would lay a baby on your bare chest, I could do the same. It's about the connection to the child. It's not about a man or a woman.
But it's also
No, ma'am.
science.
No,
It's also
ma'am.
about
That
science.
baby do not know if you're a man or a woman. It's a baby.
Yes, the baby
The baby does not know,
A
baby.
baby knows
You
to go
cannot
to a
detect-
woman's
yes.
breast than a
You
man's
cannot
breast.
you cannot
Like a baby knows a man and a woman.
But no, but I'm
baby knows a
but
man
I
and a
want to
woman.
speak about it present day. I'm gonna tell you something.
A
And the
baby
reason I
knows the
know
difference between
a
a
baby
man and
don't
a
know,
woman.
I'm gonna tell you this. My friend has a baby, newborn baby. Okay, my friend is the bigger girl. Her husband is a bigger girl. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the motherfucking night, the baby will roll over and suck his titty, not knowing
Yeah.
until nothing comes
Because
out.
he's confused by the weight.
Oh, come on, baby. Come on, girl. You gotta get better than what you get.
No, babies are scientific.
I was
Girl.
saying
And babies are scientific.
Yeah,
No, babies are because some things you don't gotta learn. You just come with natural instincts. A baby has natural instincts.
2 week old baby know that.
So hold on.
Baby don't.
Carrie's gonna break it down. We're gonna wrap it up.
if we're gonna break it down to natural instincts in animals, right? Then in humans, sure, we have formula, we have things to supplement.
We do.
But out in nature,
A titty is a titty.
No,
out in nature,
no, they know
only
the difference. They know
the
the difference.
parent who is producing milk
They know the
is
difference.
able to sustain the life.
So sure, but
That's it. So,
We're not there.
but
we
were
are
just
there.
discussing that.
We just
Therefore,
have
that makes that
technology to
point
make us
relevant.
not there.
Correct.
We have
And so
technology to make us not
That's
there.
what makes
We
that
are
difference.
there.
Let's
But
run
the
this back.
point
What was
of
that
the
initial
question was about Music Soul Child being
It's
able
about
to walk away
women being
from his child.
men being walk away with no consequences. That was the original question.
And that happens more often than not, purely based
So stop.
on
So
science.
right here.
It's worse when a woman walks
Wait,
away.
so
It is
her response.
worse.
Do y'all think, let me ask yes or no, I'm going to go around. Do y'all think society makes it easier for a man to walk away than a woman?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
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 All y'all take a shot. Let's do it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I agree to that.
I'm about to say, wait a minute. I thought if you win, you don't have to take a shot.
Y'all want to take a shot.
Y'all didn't win
When
that.
everybody wins, nobody.
Y'all didn't win that.
So,
When everybody wins, nobody wins.
So I got some quick fun trivia for y'all.
All right.
And one of these, so I'm gonna ask y'all, if these couples broke up, whose side are you on?
Let's
I
go.
can tell you already
Listen.
nobody's.
Right. You gotta pick. Just yeah.
I'm not my
Just for fun.
If they just for fun.
Now, if you call my name, who I'm with, I'm gonna be mad.
If these couples broke
Yeah.
up, whose side are y'all on? Shayna or Jay?
I'm going with Mother World.
I'm going with Big John.
I like Big Germ, but I'm rocking Mother World.
I'm going with Big John.
This is a history.
I'm going with Big John.
But I rock with Big Germ
I'm
though.
suicide.
Like if y'all
I'm
broke up,
going with Shayna.
Okay.
Girl power.
Fuck.
I'm gonna roll Big J though. And still.
All right, so we get to the inside. So these couples broke up, whose side you on? Jada or Will?
Will.
I don't know why you think
I'm going
Jada.
Will.
Jada is the master of words.
Manipulation. Manipulation.
Like
She's a
entanglement.
It's a mental entanglement.
It was
Right.
entanglement for me.
It
But
was
we'll
an
hear that
entanglement.
motherfucker count.
Because we've been stuck. What's his name?
No man. Edit that out.
Allegedly.
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 No,
All right.
I go with
These couples, if you had to pick, say broke up, whose side you on? Sierra or Russell?
Yeah.
I'm a Sierra.
I'm a rock with Russell though.
Russell. I'm a rock with Russell.
I'm rocking
I'm gonna rock with my good Scorpio sis Sierra.
Sarah
Why
can
y'all
do
rock
them all.
with Russell?
I would go with Russell because He didn't make as many mistakes before.
No, Russell ain't Russell.
Yes, he did with that.
White woman. But he did with that white woman. But he didn't have a baby by that white woman.
He did.
And he was the one that had to accept the child that wasn't his. So I'm gonna go on Russell's side.
Thank you, friend.
Yes, I'm gonna go on Russell's side.
I'm gonna go on Sierra's side because I feel like she's the one who, yes, Russell made some sacrifices.
More sacrifices
Than she did initially. But I feel like we don't know behind the scenes what's going on. Because what we do know is that she has had to take a backseat to her career to have babies.
What career?
And to do
Don't do it.
Don't do
Wait. It's no backseat to the career. Sierra did what she had to do. I don't feel like she had to take a backseat to nothing.
I feel like she had to take a backseat to his career because we're not talking about her career when I say backseat. I'm saying backseat to his career because have y'all ever dated an athlete?
We know.
You
said we got confused. We said her.
Okay. I meant
And the only reason I took a back seat was my career.
let me clear up. I meant she had to take a back seat to his career, even with her wanting to put, even if she wanted to put her career aside or did want to put her career aside.
Is it because he had a bigger name?
Having babies
It's
and
a lot
doing all
more.
this stuff
Her NFL
has been a lot much. But his NFL
It's a lot more than
career,
hers.
it is a lot more.
Yeah.
Like
He
she's
has
not.
to
It's
do a
not
lot.
Beyonce coming into it. Sierra has a big
Shit,
career.
my career
No
bigger than
shade.
Sierra.
No shade to Sierra.
But
his
Russell
career, we got
is
one.
the breadwinner.
Sierra,
Russell's the breadwinner.
I can't say
Baby,
because she on the brand deals, but you know,
I think he was the breadwinner, but I think she bringing her.
she bringing
I'm
some.
not saying that
She's
she's not bringing
doing
nothing to the table. What
No,
I'm
but
saying is that
royalties and all that stuff. She
I see what you're saying.
she ain't competing. We
Yeah, I
can
see that.
just Google it, the net worth, and Russell is out earning her.
Okay, so up
Period.
next we're gonna go up for Beyonce, Jay-Z. Who y'all standing behind?
Oh, I'm gonna rock with B.
Beyonce.
I'm rocking with B.
Wow.
Fucking Beyonce.
Because Beyonce would be Beyonce regardless. I don't think that Jay-Z would be at the level that he's at now
Without Beyonce.
had he not had Beyonce.
I'm not gonna say he wouldn't be because Jay-Z is a giant
I
in his
think
own
that
right.
he's a
But he
great
needed that
businessman
woman. He
and
needed
all
that
that
woman
kind
that
of
was
stuff.
a
But I
part
think
of
that
his
she
side.
helped to refine
But-
him in some ways.
And
So
And
let's
I
be
think that he
clear.
helped her as well.
Let's
But
be very
I
clear.
do
Let's be
not
very
think
clear.
that Jay-Z would
Jay-Z
be where
was
he
Jay-Z
was
and
without
Beyonce
her.
was
Okay.
Beyonce before
Yeah,
they
they
got
both
together.
have their own
Yeah.
thing.
But I feel
I
like
agree with that,
I
but
feel
I
like
think
if
she
there
made
a
him
divorce,
better.
if a
shit-
divorce happened,
She
If the
upgraded
shit popped
him.
off,
it would be
I'm only on
Alexa,
Beyonce's
play
side
it.
because Jay-Z was with Rachel Ray, and the people
Not
read
Rachel Ray,
Rachel
not
Ray
Rachel
and stopped buying her
not
pop.
Rachel
Is that
Ray.
Becky with the
Because I ain't heard about Rachel
It
Ray in a
was
while.
not Rachel
It was
Ray.
not
It
Rachel.
wasn't
I
Rachel
don't give a
Ray.
damn who the Rachel was. Solange whooped Jay-Z out of
You know what? All right, up next we have.
One more thing.
We have low butt. Go ahead.
Of course, sometimes shit go down when there's $1 billion on the
Oh, you know what?
Oh, girl.
And that's why it's Beyonce.
So, if, last but not least, oh no, that's not last. LeBron and Savannah.
Savannah.
Oh, I'm gonna rock with Savannah.
LeBron.
I'm rocking with
No,
Savannah
man.
because Savannah has been.
I'm just gonna not speak that on their life. I'm gonna speak eternal bliss on their
We
life.
ain't speaking all of them,
Yeah.
all the couples.
No, I can't do that for
I'm
LeBron and Savannah. I gotta stick with both of them.
I'm gonna rock with
So,
Savannah.
I'm going Savannah.
I'm working with
I'm
LeBron.
on her side.
Why are you rocking with LeBron?
In this case, I feel like LeBron has afforded them to be them.
Okay.
Of course. She's
So,
been there since high
what
school.
will LeBron be without Savannah?
LeBron.
Because LeBron has a whole.
LeBron.
Y'all think
That
so?
nigga still be LeBron.
Just like
She
said,
had
no
nothing-
shake without what's
She
the
had
name?
she had another athletic career. Like he's gonna be
Really?
And he gonna be LeBron.
I love that she said to take care
Savannah
of
can
the
come and go.
household.
LeBron's
I
gonna
love
be LeBron.
But LeBron wouldn't have a legacy without Savannah. And I'll give you that.
Thank you.
But LeBron would be LeBron without Savannah.
He was best
But
yeah.
the whole point of being married and having children is your legacy.
Okay, I
And
get
his
that.
legacy.
But I'm sorry that like what he said. LeBron would still be out there.
LeBron is gonna be. I
Jay
get it.
would be
I would give him
Beyonce,
that.
but
But
LeBron would be
would not
LeBron.
LeBron would be the family man that y'all see on Good Morning America.
Fuck that.
LeBron
I
would
don't watch Good Morning America.
Who watches that?
I watch it.
Baby, hey, listen up.
I love it.
Right now.
Baby, I love games.
And the controversy,
Big ass
the
diet.
controversy that's going on.
I mean, lady, and not diet like that. Girl, she married.
Allegedly.
In the show that y'all are watching on TV right now, Kim and Kanye, whose side y'all on?
Kim.
Kanye. And I will never fold.
Kim.
I will never fold Kanye.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Wait, everybody wait.
No.
DeAndre, you said Kim. Tell us why.
Because because if Kanye was doing what the hell, if Jeremy was doing what Kanye is doing to you,
Exactly. Damn government. It's your damn government.
maybe.
Okay, if
But
Jeremy was doing,
Big
yeah.
Jerm, if Big Jerm was doing to you what he's doing to Kanye, you would call your people, it would be an issue. If he bought a house across the street from you would call the people, you would have an issue. But no, y'all idolize it because y'all love Kim. Y'all love Kanye. Y'all love all of that. That's why people idolize it. That's why y'all idolize it.
Hold on, Bully said she said.
Go ahead, Bully.
Tag me in.
Come on, baby.
I got 2 points.
Sorry, Big Jerm.
I got 2 points.
It's your-
One, you will never see me pick a white woman over a black man. That's one. Okay.
But Kanye would pick a white woman over a black woman all day long.
We
so
will
that's
handle
null and
that.
void.
I will handle that in the house, but some shit stay in the house. And I ain't gonna never publicly go against a black man with a white woman. That's A. That's A. Okay.
No, ma'am.
Now, I would say no.
Kanye would have get the black man a long time ago.
That's how she feel though. That's how she feel.
I would never vote on Kanye. 2,
Fuck
she
Kanye.
done did a lot of stuff. That is subliminal. And knowing the history of her, she has been through 4 marriages and shit like that. I'm not putting nothing past.
Victim blaming.
I'm not putting
You victim blaming.
No, I'm not. I'm
Yes,
not.
you are.
No, I'm not.
No, you're victim her because of her past.
No.
Look at the black man and look what he's doing to this woman.
Because I wouldn't say this when your scenario when you said 1 and 2.
Yeah.
When you said 1 and 2, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
I would pick the girl side. So it ain't got nothing to do with that. Because the past and your choices, you can't blame nobody for their cars, but you can blame somebody about how they play their cars. And historically,
I can blame a motherfucker for stalking me. I can blame somebody for stalking me.
I'm not saying he unorthodox, but she knew he was unorthodox before she married him.
What are your values in a relationship? What are your values in a relationship?
Not that.
That's who he said he was.
Hear me.
I'm going with Kim and I can't stand the Kardashians and I would never
Bully.
I like the Kardashians. I'm still gonna pick Kanye. He is.
I don't like the Kardashians.
He said he was.
Okay, so
He
Kari,
is who he said he
so
was.
let Kari talk to us. Kari, tell us.
Kanye.
I'm gonna say this. I don't even like the Kardashians.
I hate them.
But, and I feel like they have
I love him, and I'm still on Kanye's side.
I feel like they have.
Kari, focus on your point.
I don't understand how you could say that you love the Kardashians when they've stolen for black women all these times, but then turn around and say that I'm never gonna pick a white woman over a black man because
they business. Because they about their business.
But Kanye has sat here and done so much stuff to hurt black people as well. When
I
he
don't
sat there and
agree.
said slavery was a choice.
It was.
When he said way back then, and then they get on, they leave your ass
It
for a
was.
white girl. And
So
then
we're not gonna get no
he
with you.
comes in and he
You ain't gonna
says,
get no over me either.
And
I'm gonna put on my Make America Great Again
you
hat.
could not
And
possibly
he does all these
believe.
things
So,
to
let
hurt
Kari finish you on DeAndre next.
black people as a whole. Let's say that. And so
He
when you
don't
look
carry black people on his
he, but he just said, now you're contradicting yourself.
No,
But what he just
That's exactly what just
said
happened.
is that he is not going to negotiate with therapists, blah, blah, blah. He's sitting here unloading the chop on Pete, pretending like he's dead and he's burying him and all this other stuff. When he had a million other girlfriends before he even filed for a divorce.
I'm not putting nothing past the right woman. I'm not putting nothing past the right
No,
woman.
ma'am. If these two were dating today, and if Houston up did half the shit Kanye is doing right now, she'll be calling you. She'll be calling you. She'll be in everybody's situation. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's doing all this. That's the issue. It's because it's fucking Kanye. And the girl thinks he's a god because he's doing all this shit.
I don't think he's God. I think God is God. No, it will make me flip side.
But yeah, why the fuck would you be rocking for Kanye?
But he is God.
So why would you rock for Kanye? Tell me why you would rock for Kanye. Being a woman, if you rock for Kanye, you should rock for Trump. Kanye should be able to drop. So there we go. Video. There we go.
I don't fuck with none of them. All of them
There
are
we
the
go.
same. Democrats and Republicans.
No, it ain't about politics. It's about being a fucking woman. If you're a woman, if you're a woman, I don't know no woman.
If I'm a woman,
I don't know no woman.
I'm a black woman
Grab me by the fucking pussy,
I'm a
and then
woman.
somebody's gonna let somebody objectify this,
White
regardless of
women
the
have
fucking
not
race,
been for
regardless of what's going on. That's not no woman to me.
I'm a black woman. Because white women ain't been for women.
Baby, I have not been for black woman. But that situation, I would never run for it. Because to me, that's a low bro ass shit. You would never, in the way a man disrespect you regardless of what's going on.
And he wouldn't
And that's exactly what he's doing. Because she may be white and you don't like it. She may be white and Armenian and you don't like it. That's your issue. That's your issue because you don't like the race.
Time out, Flag.
That's why
That's your issue. You don't like her race. You don't like her color. That's the issue. If it was Shayna, you have a different perspective. I trust. Thank you. And that's it. Because you just said because there you go.
You right.
What you say?
You correct. You are correct.
So you still you lost your train?
I don't even remember what.
Because white feminism ain't feminism.
Girl, we ain't talking about white feminism. We're talking about women.
I would change my perspective on her.
No, that's over with. Y'all talk about that shit offline. If y'all get going. So I got a question.
Okay.
Because we almost about to wrap it up.
Yeah, oh, okay. Sorry, girl. And you're my homegirl. That's my homegirl.
And I agree.
I wanted to let y'all hear it out.
At the end of the day, y'all are asking for this black man to have this non-black woman's back after she's laying on her back publicly naked.
No, we're not.
Girl, why are you talking about something 20 years ago?
We're not about to go there. No, shut up.
You didn't do it with Melania, and she was the first lady of the United States. You didn't do it with her.
So lastly, I'll ask this.
Everybody got a drink.
Oh, let's do a drink.
Oh, yes.
I think this
We
song
love
gonna
each
turn
other.
people up.
We love each other.
Go and go friends.
Listen. Who is worse when it comes to exes in regards to letting them go?
Oh,
Women.
men.
Men is worse. What you say, Kari?
Man,
You used to take a shot.
Yeah.
I got enough damn exes still trying to beat my line, honey, for me not to say man.
Because I got all my exes.
Okay.
All right, so this is real simple. We're gonna close this, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna close it out with this one, and then we'll give our final thoughts. Who should pay for the first date? Y'all been seeing that shit online a lot. People having a lot to say about it.
Whoever
We gonna do a go around. Houston, go ahead.
I think everybody should go Dutch.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you think?
If you going out with me, it's me.
Okay.
Kari,
The man.
Deanna, what you think?
Whoever asked.
Whoever asked, I think so too. If the girl asks you, you pay.
I think everybody should go Dutch.
Yeah, but I'm not asking, but I agree.
But hear me
I'm
out.
not asking, but I agree. I agree.
No.
When we get together, I'm not necessarily sure what I want from you.
So I'm telling
And I don't want to owe you shit.
But I think most men.
If it starts going left, then I mean, I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna get this.
Right.
I'm planning on
And that's the most men with me, regardless if it's going good or bad. If I ask you on a date, I'm gonna pay for it. And if I want to get out the way, I'm gonna pay for it. If I want to control the narrative, I'm gonna pay for it. That's just me.
So I asked this question now. So come around.
In general.
Everybody,
But you went back from
tap in. And we're gonna do a quick round table. Y'all know we don't do a resolution. We know a resolution. We want everybody getting like, so I want everybody to go around and just give like your final thought on like what you feel people should know about navigating relationships right now.
God damn, that's a loaded question.
Yeah. So Kari, we're gonna start with you.
Not here.
Okay, well, I feel like what people should know about navigating a relationship is that you have to do what works for you. Yes, there are some societal norms and standards that we all kind of have envisioned, but when it comes down to where the rubber meets the road, you have to do what works for you, and every relationship is different because everybody is different.
Yeah.
I agree. That's
I love it. All right, you speak. What would you say?
So, I'm very vocal about my biggest qualm with love is that people are not honest enough with themselves to be vulnerable enough with someone else. So my advice is to be as honest and as vulnerable as you can be in a relationship. I think you have to communicate. You have to say the thing that's your goal.
Yeah.
And if that changes, communicate.
Yeah.
And then be honest and be vulnerable.
From there, I love it. All right, DeAndre, what would you say?
I would say listen to your partner.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna tell you what they want and what they desire and what they need. I would also say look at your partner, watch your partner, because a lot of communication and the majority of it is non-verbal.
Yeah.
Watch your partner. Study your partner. Know who you're dating. Because if you don't do that,
better than them.
yeah, if you don't do that, it's not gonna work anyway. If you don't know who you're dating, it's not gonna work.
Not enough. And last but
Big bull.
next to last.
Big bull.
Big bull. What you say?
Know the truth before you come in.
How do you do that?
You gotta establish some stuff. You gotta work with yourself. You gotta work with whatever you know is the truth first. I'm gonna say God, but I guess I gotta be politically
To know your own
correct.
truth.
I gotta be politically correct for everybody else. I'm gonna say God. But you gotta know who you are, what is the truth before you come in. You have to come in. Oh, it was you that said it. 100%. You gotta come in 100% first. So you gotta establish your 100% before coming in.
But they come to you before you know the 100%.
It's all about you though.
That's not ready. You're not ready. You need to figure that out first. Come in with your 100%, and that 100% is gonna lead you to discernment. And you can't go mixing with any other opponent of any sort without having discernment. So you need to establish your discernment and that establish your truth. Be stable, be unmoved, be still before you get into that, because any other thing, if you get into that too soon, you're going to be influenced, and you can't risk being influenced. You can't afford being influenced. So you got to come with the truth, stability, being still, know the truth, have discernment before you come in. And that's the best way you can be in a relationship, is being 100% before you come in.
I think I have an issue with the little
Girl,
But if you can't
But we that's not for debate.
Oh.
I'm saying, I don't care what y'all think. And I just want to say, y'all need to be in a relationship with people that like you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of y'all that's out here with men and women that
Ooh,
don't
they
like
hate
y'all. Like they hate you. They really don't want to be with you.
Not
Like
they hate you.
they not doing what you ask now, showing up for the job. They not making it, easy. Like I think relationships, they have hard moments, but overall they be easy if you're on the same page with your person. My person over there looking at me like Michael Myers the whole recording. So, but I think overall, if you are in a relationship with people that like you and want to be there, it makes it a little bit easier.
Wait a minute.
What?
We kicking out of you in a relationship?
I am.
Big Jern.
Okay, you ain't saying.
Let's cute, right? You don't let us in like that.
I don't. Yeah.
Not the audience.
He that gallery fish.
These bitches out of what the fuck.
You know, but I got this. I'm just like, that's all we
Mind your business, bitches.
Can we see Big Turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's show Big John.
It's all.
Not the beat of Joe.
Not the beat of John.
Not the beat of
We're gonna go out. Look. Y'all groove to it. Get your drinks in there.
I'm a groove. To be single or not to be.
Look, give me my cup.
Hey, y'all, I'm still single.
Nobody ain't gave me.
I'm still single. I'm still single.
I'm taking
I'm very single. I thought I had one, but I lost
Y'all
one.
harmonize these minds.
Big John.
This for you.
Big John. Shot.
Y'all gotta get in here.
What we doing? We singing.
Nothing bad. I don't know this song.
No, I'm
gonna do my white girl way.
We signing off. Oh, we signing. Where you been?
I thought y'all.
You been sleep. Shane, you been sleep on the job.
You know what? Hold on, before we shut this down, let's pour a shot.
No.
Okay.
So everybody got their
Some shot
opinions.
in my
I am so your opinions. Y'all know I say everybody's opinions are so valued and
Mine are.
appreciated. I did not believe I reached 100 episodes. By the time 200, I'm trying to have like $100,000 extra.
We about to go on the black effect.
We are.
Are we invited?
We're here.
Get the other ceremony.
It's your time. It's your.
Y'all done really ran through these bottles.
Yeah, really.
Summer dawn.
They said we was going to the number on tonight. So fun.
You just know it. You my baby.
I knew it.
All right.
You knew it.
So everybody, right? Listen up.
You me.
So listen up. Not you. Hey,
Y'all Spider-Man.
y'all are so hard to get under control. You know, I was about to jump on y'all back several
I think you
times.
Okay.
But I want to say, it has been a joy. It has been a pleasure. 100 episodes, the people I love, people I care about. We gonna keep making, talking about happy and healthy relationships and making y'all dreams come true.
You know what? And I'm rocking with the Shannon Montana brand to the top. Anytime you call me or need me, I'm here. I'm here.
One call,
Anytime.
that's all.
That's all
On that
you need.
note, signing off, yours truly, Shannon Montana.